did a church service, started doing deliverance, yeah. One woman came out for deliverance, yeah. And then like the demon, they were trying to deliver the demon out of her. And she started like bending like her body, like crawling up the stairs. Like, like O2 where it has like the stairs and the seats are there. Christiana, I'm sitting at the edge of my row and this woman is climbing up. Christiana, I swear to God, the way I ran into my dad's lap, I was like, we need to get the fuck home now.
Welcome to We Just Got Here.
That was really loud. Hi, everyone. Welcome to We Just Got Here. What is this episode?
32.
How many weeks are there in a year? 52. All right, now we're way off. Never mind.
Wow, that made me sound dumb. No, I was going to say 52.
Yeah. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I think last week's episode was definitely one of my favorites. That was funny. We are back with another episode. Sorry if I sound a bit down. I am hungover.
She's been telling me to shut up all morning.
Yeah, I just, those days when you just want to be wrapped up in your quilt and just not speak to anyone and just recover. And instead, because you decide to start a podcast with your best friend, don't touch me, you have to show up to the studio at the arse crack of morning and record.
Have energy.
And
more
have
energy.
Some energy. Calm down, please. Not today. So yeah, apologies if I sound down. I am just hungover, possibly still drunk, still tipsy, a little. But yes, welcome. Shall we get into it? How was your week?
Oh wow, straight into it. Great. Yeah, how was my week? I haven't spoken to Judith this week and it's
oh, really? Oh, God. She wasn't available?
No, she weren't.
Oh, spiraling.
I have a specific day. I've got a specific day that
spiraling herself.
That I want to speak to Judith.
Oh. And I have to do this week by yourself.
I had to. And you know what? I'm holding on. But God, I need you. I'm actually becoming a really reliant on my therapist. I need you to. I've had to do this week like a big girl. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. I had a basic panic breakdown when I couldn't upload something to TikTok this week. And my world really spun like, the SpongeBob meme.
Yeah.
Your world is doing that. Ringing Stephanie saying, how do I delete?
How do I delete?
How do I delete from TikTok? These times, by the way, I found the delete button. I was just scared that if I press it, it'd cause the world to spontaneously combust.
Oh, God.
So, and also, like, I had to re-upload something. I had to re-upload a piece of content. But obviously, I don't have any internet in my flat, as we spoke about last week. So at 7:30 at night, I'm having to find somewhere that has strong enough Wi-Fi to upload content, which actually isn't many places. It has to be someone's home at this point because venues, what I found is venues Wi-Fi is not strong enough for that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, so I had to find someone's house at 7:30 at night, panicking. So my brain is doing this. Then I'm worried that if I delete TikTok, something else, delete the content from TikTok, something bad will happen. And I'm calling Stephanie like 3 times in a row, panicking. And then I had a meltdown, which some of my colleagues were very much aware of.
Jesus.
But, we moved on. It was a new day. We had new stuff to make and do. So, yeah. What is my L of the week, actually?
Wasn't that your L of the week?
That probably was my L of the week. Yeah, that was my meltdown of the week. Oh, my win of the week? They ain't much. But I've got through it. We've got through another week without breaking down into full-blown tears. I might have weeped a bit, but I didn't have...
How often do you cry?
I'm a Cancerian. So we're very emotional. But how often do I cry? Probably like twice a month. Twice, 3 times a month.
Wow, that's a lot.
Is it?
I feel like it is. Like, what are you feeling that's making you cry? Well, I mean, like,
Steph, do you know how many feelings I feel at a
that's
time?
true.
Like, remember, I had to get an emotions wheel from Judith to just locate how I feel. Because obviously, I just go from good to bad very quickly throughout the day, multiple times. And so, obviously, it's very hard for those that are in close proximity to me because it's hard to keep up. But Judith has given me the feelings wheel to be able to articulate how I feel. So it's not just good and bad. So I feel disappointed. I feel distracted. I feel irritated. Like there's words to put my feelings to.
God. It sounds like work being you.
It's so much work.
I think I cry once or twice a year.
Word. I thought that.
Yeah, once or twice a year.
Because like the amount of work it must take for that one tear to drop
Oh my God.
out of your eye.
I do think it's quite bad though. I do think it actually is quite bad because it just means that I literally, what I do is that I just build, I like stack my L's. I stack it. Ha 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 ha. Cry. Like literally like.
Word.
It's never like, most times it's not even sad crying. It's I want to destroy the world. I can't without
anger.
going jail.
It's anger cry.
So, but yeah, it does actually feel nice after. But the problem is when I cry, it's like ugly cry.
I mean, so is mine, to be fair.
Yeah, but you do your street. Doesn't that give you a headache? When I cry, I get a headache.
No, I have to sleep. Yeah, after I cry,
Yeah,
I'm exhausted.
I have to sleep. But I feel like it's just like all my trauma of the year covered out. So I'm like, okay, now I'm empty. I can sleep and recover.
No, imagine doing that 3 times a month.
God, that is a lot.
And I ugly cry as well. So it was like you know those people that
yeah,
that's how I cry.
That's me. But I'm still angry now. I'm still cussing through my tears.
How do you do that? You can barely breathe.
I will still cuss you. Don't fucking touch me. I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Oh my God. And because I can feel it. You see when you cry, yeah, it always starts with there being a pain in your chest.
No, my lip starts to tremble. I'm like, bitch, get it together. Don't you fucking cry. Don't you fucking cry. I'm like, bitch, get it together. I just feel my lip quivering as I'm trying to fight like my body from breaking down.
And you know when you feel it
the
here
lump in your throat.
Bro! Because sometimes
I'm trying to swallow it. I'm like,
you know when I need to get water quick? Because it starts to hurt. And you know when you swallow, it hurts.
So my throat starts hurting and my lip starts trembling, yeah? And then I can just feel my eyes working. I'm like, bitch, if you fucking cry. But I know how to suck my tears in. If I can feel it like forming.
You can suck them back into your eyeball.
Yeah.
You can suck them back into your eyeball.
It won't drop for shit. I will never cry in front of an enemy. If I'm somewhere where I can be vulnerable, then will I cry? Yeah. But if it's like the perpetrator or the enemy is close by, I'm sucking that shit back in.
I don't even know what I do though.
Do you know the trick? Don't blink. Because if you blink, it's like windshields. Like you're like bringing
them down.
You're bringing them down. So I literally just, and go back in.
Be like, bet, bitch, because I ain't gonna cry in front of you.
Calm, yeah. Yeah. But I have to walk very quickly to my car or something.
Yeah, I can imagine because that must have a timer on it.
Oh, yeah, no, it does. You have to walk very quickly. Like, very quickly. Like, you have to be swift.
Do you know what my hack to stopping crying is for me?
Yeah.
Drinking water. Because obviously, my tears are tied to that lump in my throat. So in order for me to control the lump in my throat when I feel it coming, I have to ingest something. And obviously you can't chew when you're in that state of mind.
You just choke.
Because you're choked.
And then you're crying and choking.
Because imagine you're choking now. Choking, your eyes water anyway, so it's just giving it a reason.
I'd rather choke, because then I could use the choke
to cry. Did you get?
But really, I'm crying. But the choking is distracting everyone from the fact that I'm crying.
That's why I love a shower cry. Because no one...
I can't do it.
Why?
I'm too blind. And I'm scared of like something will come up behind me. I have to be on guard. You see in the shower? I'm on guard.
Who were you running from?
Brother. There is demons, spirits, and all sorts.
Do you know what? This goes. I love that you
Do you
said
know
this
what?
'cause
It's
we're
from-
talking about this today.
What's that movie? What's that movie with the little boys, all white?
What movie?
What is it? Insidious.
Okay.
That's what fucked out for me. Was it Insidious? No.
Isn't Insidious the one where they're all attached? What's Insidious? I've watched Insidious.
It's the other one. The Grudge. There was something with a little
Grudge.
There was something with a little white boy.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that. Sorry.
No, I've seen this.
Before he pops up behind me. No. Puts his hand over my mouth. Then I'm just gone. So I'm always on guard in the shower. So I can't cry in the shower. I can't cry. There's no time for that. I can't lose guard. I don't cry in the shower. I told you my favorite place to cry is in my car.
Yeah, you told me that, yeah.
I love crying in my car.
No one can see you.
No one can see me.
But like, wait, hold on. Your windows ain't tinted, so people can actually see you if you are like...
You park in this quiet spot. I got my spots.
Okay, cool.
You park and you cry. Don't be like... So everyone, if someone was to look through the window, they could just see you. Are you okay? But like you do a little, you know...
Sometimes when I see people cry in public transport, or like public places, I'm tempted to like, babe, are you okay?
No, because I know that I don't want anyone to ask me if I'm okay when I'm crying because you can see I'm not okay. Don't make it even more embarrassing for me.
Word.
Leave me alone.
Bet.
Because I'm already embarrassed that I'm in the situation where I'm crying on the train. Now you're coming to ask me if I'm okay. Do I look okay? Do I look fine? Yeah. I saw someone crying by the park. I think they got into an argument with their co-worker because their colleague was like, you know, why don't you just try doing this? Da, da, da. And she was crying. I was like, oh, girl.
See, when you cry over your work person, it must be mostly angry crying, right?
It must be. You think work can ever make me cry? There's no one at work that can ever make me cry.
It's anger and frustration.
I don't even, after 6 p.m, you man don't exist. Why would that make you make me cry? It's 8 hours of my day out of 24.
I can imagine crying over work, obviously.
Nah, I can't cry over work. I can get pissed off over work. I'll never cry over work. It's just not that deep to me. It's not that deep to me.
I think I've rang you one day crying over work.
Yes. But you cry a lot.
I cry so much.
You cry a lot. It's fascinating to watch. I'm like, how do you just...
Do you know what? Because
have time to express emotions like this, like so often.
But I go through so many.
But I think it's good. It's that outlet. Because me, I just stack it and then I just walk around angry.
But do you feel things intensely throughout the day? A lot.
If something has happened to me, I will, but I can mask it very well. But I will eventually like break down. But it might not be a cry. It might be a sitting on my bed in silence in my knickers, like to decompress, but not like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Like you really like, if you make me cry, if you make me cry, that means I'm rattled. Like you've done your big one. If you make me cry, you've rattled me. But apart from that, nah, my body just gets really hot. And I just have to sit in silence.
Also, do you have that thing that like sometimes when you are sad, it sometimes just translates straight into anger?
Yeah.
I have that.
Because I can't express my emotions.
Oh, so
I don't know why I put myself in situations where I can't express my emotions. Maybe I should just stop being an idiot. But most times I can't express my emotions. Because remember, when I was younger, my parents used to shout at me for crying. So that's probably why I don't cry as often. But yeah, I've just always been like on guard, but I feel like it's more of a defense mechanism.
I can imagine it is.
Like, you can't see me cry.
You can't see me vulnerable.
No. Because then if you know that particular thing that you do makes me cry, you're going to weaponize it. You're going to know that if you do this thing, I can always make her cry. And this is the problem with coming across as like a tough person. Some people will make it their mission to try and break you down. So I try and like...
Aren't they just knocks?
No, because I was actually reading what a narcissist is last night.
Okay.
And I became quite worried because I was reading it. I was like,
Is this me?
this is me.
Nah. So I've had these conversations, obviously, because of my many things that I feel all the time and how I view life. And I was like, am I a narc? Am I a narc? But generally, narcissists don't question if they're narcs. If you question you're a narc, you're generally not a narc.
Or is it that I just wasn't aware?
No,
Because I didn't know. I checked it last night. I was like,
narcissists, they lack self-awareness. So even the fact that you're questioning.
I have self-awareness. A bit too aware. But yeah, I don't like people knowing what makes me cry because I don't want them to continuously use that to make me cry. I've got 2 cries in me a year maximum. Don't try and push it past that because it'll just turn into anger. And then I want to blow up the world. But yeah.
How's your week been?
All right. What's my W? W of the week. I won my first open mic.
Yes,
thing.
you did. Little trophy.
I didn't even know it was a competition, to be fair. I didn't know until
they mentioned it.
And I was like, well, this is humiliating.
Oh, the babe that was hosting, that's the picture I sent you last night.
Yeah, she did live at Apollo. But yeah, I didn't know it was a competition. And then the way they picked the winner, I think it's quite humiliating. Basically, the way they pick the winner is that they make obviously all the comedians will perform. Then at the end, they all come on stage and basically they hold the trophy in front of you and they choose the winner by
how loud the
crowd is, how loud they respond to you. So they'll call out your name like Tia, like hey, and then Steph, yeah. So yeah, it got down to me and one other guy, Hugo, who's he was so funny. So funny.
So are you.
So no, he had me dying. So it's between me and him. And I think at first it was a tie, and then they had to do it again and again. And then I ended up winning. And I genuinely didn't think, I didn't expect to win anything. Even when they spoke about the competition, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to win it. Like, I didn't even have my mind set on winning. I'm really competitive. But at that point, I was like, Steph, calm down. It's your first one. You're not going to win.
But she did.
And that was nice. My L of the week is that I've had to hold myself accountable this week. Sometimes in life, you are the source of your own problems. And I've had to face that this week and really actually sit down with myself and be like, oh, you actually a dumb bitch.
Because you don't be listening to your friends.
I don't listen to anyone. I actually don't listen to anyone. So that's my Ill of the week. I had to hold myself accountable and I absolutely hate it. But hey, we're here now, innit? And also I'm hungover. That's just not helping. I'm really hungover.
I love the fact that the hungoverness came after holding yourself accountable.
Yeah. Nah. I'm literally, all I had yesterday was a McRib burger and 2 cans of beer.
So who was the milkshake for?
Manny.
Oh. And the Fanta?
Yeah.
Both for him?
No, well, they didn't have a milkshake, so I had to get a Fanta.
Oh.
But he got like a full meal. I got my little McRib.
How's the McRib? I want to try it.
It tastes like tuna. So that pissed me off even more.
It tastes like
tuna. Yesterday I was just raging.
Do you know what, guys? Steph was angry the whole day. From the morning, we speak so much and I love that for us. From the morning, Steph was raging. Midday, Steph sent me, who were you fighting? Some kind of...
HMRC. Has anyone ever seen that meme? I'll probably stick it in here somewhere. Of Stewie looking at the window with the hair rollers in his hair and the face mark just looking pissed. That was me the whole day. From the moment I got up, I was firing rounds at everyone. I don't think there's a person I did not drag. There's not listen, HMRC, you know you're angry when HMRC actually comply with you and give you your money. Right there and then they asked for my bank details. So I was like, listen, it's been 10 weeks. Run me my money. She's like, have you already? I said, I've already submitted everything. Run me my money. I was like, I'm not getting off this line until you sort this out. So we can sit here all day. You cut off the phone off. I'm going to call back all day.
Do you know what? It's because you actually took it out on HMRC because you had a stack load. Steph was listening to me in the morning. This and this and this. Said, oh, okay.
I said HMRC.
So when you got on the phone to HMRC, you must have been like,
I literally...
you were licking shots. licking shots.
I loaded that gun. I said, right, today I'm going to get some money. I said the only thing that's going to correct this day is by getting some money. So I got some money from HMRC. Thank you very much for finally refunding me my tax. Thank you. Then I have to fight them for money that they owe me.
But what I wanted to talk about, right, obviously, you can see we got a little thing going on. We got a little thing going on. Why, may you ask?
Because it's Halloween.
Because it's Halloween. It's Halloween weekend. Now, I know it's not giving Halloween. And bear with me because, yeah.
It's giving you ran to the shop on the way here.
That is what it's given. However, I'll give you, and this goes into obviously the topic that that we're talking about today, right? So obviously I spoke to you and I was like, yeah, let's do Halloween, get up. Like, yeah, we're really going to dress. We're going to really do a thing, right? We're really do a thing. I'm going to find a costume shop. We're really going to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a bit of a fragmented relationship with Halloween anyway. But that was highlighted in between when I spoke to you and when I got little Doodah and Doodie. So, I was speaking to someone yesterday and the conversation about Halloween came up in conversation. And they were like, oh, do you celebrate Halloween? And I was like, celebrate is a bit of a word. I wouldn't say celebrate, but do I dress up? Yes. To go to a random R&B party, a random party. Yeah, like I do. And I like being creative with it. So I think the last time I did an outfit for Halloween, I know I went to a soca party dressed as Velma, like a couple years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I went to another like R&B party dressed as like a sexy cat.
Mm-hmm.
So just like tights, bodysuit.
Mm-hmm.
I think like feline contacts and a little cat ears and tail. So cool. I think those are the only two I really remember.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I never used to dress up for Halloween. And it was because, obviously, you know, we're Christian baby girls. So I had this thing that I was like, Halloween is so demonic. Why would I dress up like a Satan soldier? Why would I dress up so Duppy can follow me? It's the night that we're actually practicing. We're actually attempting to look like the demons that walk the earth. Because spirits are real, you know? So that's what I used to say, yeah, cool. So I would have a whole thing to not do it. And then a couple years, I'll realize like, just wearing, I don't know, dressing up as Scooby-Doo, honey, it's really...
It's not going to offend anyone.
I'm not really activating a culthood. I'm really not.
No, it's not that deep.
In the midst. I'm not doing.
I'm
just not.
I find people that try and like proper demonize Halloween a bit annoying. I'm just like, there's other issues to worry about, babe. I promise you.
My thing was
the man you're sleeping with is probably more of a demon than the ones that you're scared of.
Words.
Just saying.
Because if we're worried about spiritual attack,
block him. If you're worried about spiritual attack and principalities, block him. If you're bad.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
If the devil's using anyone, it might be that man.
It's the man. And you know it. So block him. If you're not going to block him, leave me to wear my devil ears in peace.
Because some of us have been on a journey of abstinence and the enemy has come. And you know who the enemy is. You know who the enemy's using. So how about that?
If you're really about Jesus, block him. All right.
No,
if everyone's bad, if everyone is bad, block him. If you really have this energy for the demons and principalities of darkness, block that man. Otherwise, leave me and my devil ears alone. Because that man is doing more of a madness to your spirit than these ears are.
100%.
Because everyone seems to know what demons and witches and wizards are until it comes to the man that they're laying with. All of a sudden, no, it's just he's misunderstood.
He's just misunderstood.
Okay, you didn't have
he really likes me.
You didn't have that kind of sympathy for the devil. And they're showing the same traits. So, okay. Sorry, I'm gonna read everyone for filth this episode because I'm just not in the mood. Sorry. I'm so sorry. If I trigger you during this episode, I'm so sorry. I'm just taking it out on everyone. I'm really sorry.
Because I said to Steph, I was just like, so Steph, the same issue. And this obviously, so after having that conversation, I was like, I can't go full creative in like the prosthetic and like the red contact lenses that make people feel a bit. Because the thing I like about Halloween is just a bit of uncomfortability, either really fun, so character based, or like a bit of uncomfortability. Like I want to look at you, but not for too long. Do you get what I mean? It's just a bit like, ooh, because you never get to do that day to day. I think it's quite fun. But after that conversation, I said, Steph, so I don't want to go full demon. I just after having the conversation about how Satan may be using things to do his work, I just feel like Steph was really like, girl, please.
I feel like we sometimes just give Satan a bit too much credit. We give him way too much credit.
He was God's angel, to be fair.
We give him too much credit. It's not everyday him.
Sometimes it's us.
You know, like how, like, this is going to be a bit dark, sorry. You know, like when there used to be like terrorist attacks and Al Qaeda would claim it, even though it had nothing to do with them. It feels like that. Like something will happen and you're like blaming the devil. My man's just mad in his own. He's busy facing someone else. You just tripped over.
What did I do?
What did I do?
What? Oh yeah, that's who I did that.
I did that. Yeah, that was me. These times you just tripped over because you tripped over. The devil ain't even looking at you. He's busy doing his own thing over there.
Stop it.
And it's like we give him way too much credit. Like, please.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. I just feel like we give him way too much credit. And you know, like when we do dumb stuff, we blame it on the devil. Like, no, you were just dumb. This was you. This was your free will that God gave you.
No, but can I just say, it makes sense to think that if you're going to be stupid, the devil will use that to his advantage. So,
yeah, but then you had to be stupid first. You had to be stupid first. Don't leave the cheese out and expect the mouse not to bite. You had to be dumb first.
Bet.
You had to open up the portal for him to come through.
But that being said, so some people would say that dressing up for Halloween.
We don't even know what these demons and stuff look like. We're going off a drawing that some man made the same way someone made up what Jesus looked like. We don't know what these demons look like. We don't even know if devil has horns. That's based off a goat. We don't know. We don't know. What does the man look like?
Bet.
He could just be like a little puff of fart. We don't even know. He could literally just be a puff of fart. Like, that's him. You were expecting someone with horns and a little stick and a tail, and he's just a puff of fart.
Can I just say something, right, while we're here? I have a confession.
What?
You know what cartoon character really scared me?
The devil from Cow and Chicken.
No.
Oh.
That was Friendly. Him from Powerpuff Girls.
Oh my.
Bro, what was him?
I feel like that was like, they're like, I used to think that there was their like sugar daddy gone wrong. I don't know.
Wait, what? Why would him from Powerpuff Girls, as in the red devil-like character, why would that be a sugar daddy, Stephanie?
I feel like it was a sugar daddy relationship gone wrong.
Why?
Because why was he just so persistent? There was love there. There was love.
Also, why was his voice like
this? He was gay.
Why did they make the devil gay?
He was sassy. Yeah, but even the devil in Cow and Chicken was gay. He had a BBL and all.
He did have a BBL.
He had a BB. He had cheeks.
He had a BBL.
One thing about the devil in Cow and Chicken, he had an ass. He had a booty. Nyash for days.
Do you know what? Yeah, because didn't the devil in Powerpuff Girls, the hands were a bit...
Yeah, like he was very like...
Glam.
Very much part of the alphabet community.
Yeah, word. But he scared me though.
Really? He scared you more than Mojo Jojo?
Yeah, 100%. Mojo Jojo was dumb.
Yeah,
he was so thick. He was so thick.
The dumbest villain on earth.
Dense.
Every day getting his ass beat. What I mean beat? I mean beat like tooth missing, blood, brain hanging out, beat.
But I'm sure,
And every day with his little boots, he'll come along and still try. That's a trier. To be honest, I rate him because he's a trier. He said, if you knock me down, I'm going to get back up.
Get back up.
I'm going to be here the next day with my little boots.
But I feel like him was the top tier villain in Cow and Chicken, in Powerpuff Girls.
No, do you know what used to scare me? Courage, the cowardly dog.
Now that was an actual scary show.
He was going through some shit. That show used to scare me.
Yeah, it would. It would. No, Steph, come on. Come on.
Look at him. Look at him.
That
He's a fashionista. Look. He looked great.
Why does he have, now deep in it, why does he have claws for hands?
He's trying to be scary, innit? True say, aren't those crab claws?
That's
I'm
what I'm
very
saying.
confused.
That's what I'm saying. Anyway, Courage, you were saying.
Courage the cowardly dog, yeah, that used to scare me.
Yeah, that was frightening. But I loved it though. I loved it.
I just feel like he went through so much and they just didn't believe him.
They didn't.
Like, take the dog to therapy. Take the dog to therapy. Bro's just constantly on edge.
Also, and it's the fact that we knew what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
All they're hearing is,
I'm like, bro, there is literally a demon in your closet. Listen to the dog. Listen to the dog. Constantly shaking.
That was frustrating for us.
I'm like, bro, listen.
Listen to the dog. Why can't you hear what he's saying? Flipping hell.
It's scary.
Also, really terrifying and more terrifying than ghost bumps was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh my
terrifying.
God. Terrifying.
I don't know why that's made for kids.
Because I am afraid of the dark, okay? I never used to watch it. I watched 2 episodes and both of them scarred me for life. So every time it used to come on, I used to quickly change the channel.
But why was it so scary?
Like
it was actually really scary.
It was really scary.
As in, like, I don't think it should have been for kids.
No.
And it was in the 90s, so...
And that's why I still sleep with my light on.
100%.
Well, I don't now because obviously I've got money now, but when I'm by myself, the lights stay on. Because if you're coming to attack me, let me see you. And in the dark here, your coat starts to look like a human being.
You know when you see a pile of laundry
I'm like,
and it'll start making shapes.
I'm like, bro, I'm blind, so things start moving anyway. So I'm just like, keep the lights on so I know that you are a coat and those are my jeans. Because when you pop the light down, everyone just starts to look like demons. And also my dad actually ruined sleeping in the dark for me because he told me that when I sleep, 1,000 angels surround my bed to protect me. Why the hell would you tell me that? How is that supposed to make me feel safe? 1,000 man just round my bed watching me.
But also, logistically.
Where they fit in?
Where they fit in?
Where they fit in?
The room's a bit
1,000.
How small are they?
I just all gathered round, just watching me sleep. How does that make me feel safe? I don't know these, man. Remember, the devil used to be an angel.
Word. And this is why my mum once spoke to me about ancestors, yeah? And she was like, so, when you say, because obviously my mum's Christian. So when I was like, sometimes we might ask our ancestors for guidance or people that have gone before us. And she was like, yeah, you don't know all of those personalities. So you don't know if your ancestors were like doing any dark stuff sometimes. And I was like, bet. Because I don't know who I'd be asking.
I try and I don't fall onto my ancestors.
Because personality is a personality, spirits.
Yeah.
If you don't know those people, you don't know those people.
And also, part of my family weren't always Christian, so.
Fair.
Yeah, so you don't be calling on them because I don't know who I'm going to meet.
But yeah, so what were we talking about? Halloween. Oh yeah, so that was my issue with Halloween. And that's why we only have very bare minimum.
But also, I was never in the mood to dress up. If you had told me to dress up, I would just come with a black coat. A black cloak.
You would have come with a witch hat and said, done.
No, with that black cloak and sunglasses. And I would have sat in my corner.
Actually, you would have probably been happy with that at that point.
Yeah. It's me.
But this made me think, what superstitions are you not over?
Superstitions that I'm not over. I think the only one I'm really not over is people touching my stomach. People that I don't know touching my stomach when I'm pregnant.
When you're pregnant, yeah.
I don't touch my stomach. I think that's the only one that I still kind of believe in witches,
You do?
but that's because I'm Nigerian. So
I do, yeah.
I believe in witches, and I've met some real life witches.
Have you?
Well,
What was this wicked
they
people?
have to be witches. You can't be that wicked and not be a witch. Yeah. I'm not really. Yeah, demons. I kind of believe. I feel like there's something.
There's something.
I don't know what it is, but there's something. Because I still can't sleep with my lights off by myself. So there must be something. So I believe in demons-ish. I believe in witches-ish. I don't believe that people that don't know you should touch your stomach when you're pregnant. But apart from that, I'm kind of over my superstitions. I kind of find them annoying. I found them more annoying the older I've gotten.
Have you?
Yeah, especially from like people our age. I'm just like, oh, I'm just hearing your mum. I'm literally just hearing your mum. Like, I know
Sorry,
where
auntie.
you got this from. And I'm
Sorry,
just
auntie.
like, oh, when people are like, oh my God, Harry Potter is devilish. I'm just like, shut up, man. Shut up.
Do you know what? So when I was young, I wasn't allowed to watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch. When that came out on Netflix, girl, I banged it. I said, nobody can tell me nothing now.
Really?
I wasn't allowed, nah.
Well, there wasn't really anyone there to tell me whether I was allowed or not. That's the perks of your parents always working. There ain't no one there to tell you what you can and can't watch. But yeah, even like Harry Potter, my mom tried to tell me that I can't go watch Harry Potter. I want to go watch that shit. It's like, bye. What do you mean I can't watch Harry Potter? Oh, because Harry Potter is going to turn me into a witch. Because in the church, I remember the week of it coming out, in the church, they preached about it and saying how they're using Harry Potter to try and recruit children to become witches. I was like, boy, if you don't move, I think that's when I was like, I don't think Pentecostal church is for me.
It's just a bit of a...
I'm just like, what are you guys?
So what, we just going to pack up our bags and go to
Oh,
Hogwarts?
we're all going to go to Hogwarts and become witches. Really?
Guys, I had this debate last night. And my partner's looking at me like I'm crazy, yeah. And I know there's a scientific reason for sleep paralysis. But I'm not completely over believing that's a spiritual attack.
No, it is. I'm sorry. I still believe that's a spiritual attack.
I've had sleep paralysis, let's say, I started very, very, very early, like as a child.
Yeah.
And it went into, I think I stopped having them as much. 25, let's say, yeah. And they were so regular. It was
No, there was a period of my childhood where it was quite regular. And it was so weird because when I used to go through sleep paralysis, I used to see the same thing over and over again. So I used to see a little boy and he had to have one of his legs cut off. Jesus. And he'd be at the end of my bed trying to crawl to get to me, laughing. And I'd see him. Every time I had sleep paralysis, I'd see him. And there was, when we first moved to Forest Gate, spooky story. When we first moved to Forest Gate, the previous people that used to live in it were Hindus.
Okay, yeah.
And my room was their temple where they set up Vishnu and stuff.
Okay.
And when we first moved there, I had back-to-back sleep paralysis and I would see Vishnu. This is before we even found out that they were Hindu.
Really?
I would see Vishnu. So I was very scared of Vishnu for a very long time. Very long time. So I would see him. I'll see the
deity.
The deity. And I used to tell my mum that I would see it like an elephant. I would see an elephant with loads of arms. And then my mum was speaking to the neighbor. I think that's when she found out that the people that used to live there were Hindu, and that my room was most probably where they set up like their like
prayer room.
Prayer-room.
Yeah.
So yeah, that like the times I've had sleep paralysis, I would like see the same thing. That's what made me feel like it was a spiritual attack, because I'm like, okay, there's something there. I knew from, bear in mind, I was like 3 when we moved to Forest Gate, and I still remember those dreams. And then when I was around, I think it's from when I was like 10 up until I was like 13, 14 was when I used to see the boy with his leg cut off. But I still don't understand why I was seeing him.
Okay.
And he'd always be laughing. Bear in mind, his leg is cut off and it's bleeding. He's just
not sad laughing.
Like laughing, like
terrifying laughing?
Yeah, like he's laughing at the fact that he's terrifying me.
Oh, like, okay, like teasing. Not
yeah,
teasing
but
you,
I was scared of a lot of things when I was younger, and I used to watch a lot of Nollywood. especially like the ritual, the ritual ones where it's like the front cover, all the guys are lined up in their red robes and one's holding a bowl. Like my mum used to bang out Nollywood. So that's what we used to watch. So I feel like a lot of it came from that as well.
Okay.
Like watching those movies and then having, they'll sacrifice a child or a baby. Oh my God, there was one movie, I can't even remember the name of it. It's really, really famous in Nigeria, but it's like one of these ritual movies. Yeah, and the guy sacrificed his baby to the gods so that he could get money, and they pounded the baby in with the mortar and pistol. Like they pounded it.
Horrific.
Oh my! Till this day, traumatized me. Why would you put that in a movie?
Why would you?
And they showed it, and then
why would you
they
put
were
that
pounding
in a movie?
pounding it. And you can hear the baby crying. Obviously, it's a fake baby crying, but yeah, those kind of movies traumatized me.
Bet it was.
And there was another one where the guy had like, he was like the god, and his nose was like this. It looked like a ball sack. That's the only way I could describe it. He had a ball sack for a nose, and it used to like expand and contract as he breathed, and he would just appear in the corner of the room. Like, you must kill your wife now. You're running out of time, bro. Why wouldn't I sleep with the lights on? But downstairs telling me that 1,000 men are watching me. Not even just telling me that this was going to appear in the corner of my room and tell me that I need to sacrifice my mum.
Word. And you're having sleep paralysis.
And I'm having sleep paralysis.
Myth.
With this little boy with the leg cut off. I'm like, where did you come from?
Who are you,
why do you keep terrorizing me? And it'll be in the day as well. It's like when I'm having naps. And I remember, and we have sleep paralysis, like you try and talk, but your mouth can't move. And I'll be trying to call my mom, like, Mom. I'm just there like, just there like,
and it comes, if it does come out,
the boy's just there laughing at the end of the bed. I'm there like, Mom. And when I finally get out, I run downstairs like, but to my mum, like, do you not hear me calling you?
When you wake up, you're hot, beating out your head. Oh my God, I'm waking up and I'm like,
I literally run. No, mum wants to get out of bed and quickly run down to my mum. Like, did you not hear me calling you? She's not hearing you call me where?
And actually, you're doing.
Ooh, and there's another one. Sorry, this is like a horror story back to back. So when we went to Nigeria when I was younger, my mum got these two head statues, like these like native sculptures from the airport when we're coming back to the UK from Lagos. And these statues, I kid you not, I genuinely believe they were possessed. So obviously I used to be at home a lot because my parents were always working. Well, my mum was always working. I'm not even joking. I feel like they legit used to move and turn. It got so bad. And I used to tell my mum, like, Mum, like,
you need to get rid of them.
It got so bad I threw them out one day because I legit thought I saw them both turn. I threw it out, yeah. And this is how I know that I was onto something. My mum didn't get angry. She didn't get angry.
She must have known.
She completely understood. I was literally like, there's something wrong with these statues. And I'm not like devil, principal. But that, legit, those heads were moving. I said, get it out.
Get it out my house. Get it out.
I literally threw them out. I remember it was a woman and a man. I threw them out. And she didn't get angry. And that's when I knew.
Yeah,
there's something wrong. So I'm like, did you see it move too?
She might have, but she might have thought, as adults, you think, I'm tripping, I'm tired.
Tripping, but I'm like, those things were turning, boy. Those things were turning and they're plotting. So I'm going to get rid of them before they grow a body.
No, but like, because I had this debate last night because I was thinking, so I said, because I was talking to my partner about this. Now, he don't believe in any superstition. And actually, I realized I believe in a lot. So then I was like, okay, yeah. And I remember, obviously, I've had sleep paralysis. By the time I started learning about sleep paralysis, I was around 17 in psychology. That's when I actually started to learn this thing that I thought was a spiritual attack was sleep paralysis, supposedly. And so they're telling me in and out sleep. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay, cool. So you're giving me a scientific reason for this happening. But you're not telling me why when I start saying the blood of Christ, the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus in my head, why I can wake up after that. You're not explaining why when I say Mary, Mother Mary, Hail Mary,
Are
start
you
saying my
calling
Hail
her
Mary.
Mary? Mary can't help you.
I say my Hail Mary big
You
time.
call Mary. I'm not. Mary, love you and all, respect you, but I'm never calling you when it comes to a battle.
Well, it's just Jesus.
I'm not calling you. You're
The
mere
blood of
mortal.
Christ.
You're mere mortal. I'm calling Jesus and I'm calling God. I might just call God. Sometimes I can't even call Jesus. You gotta call the big man. You have to escalate it to senior management. But Mary,
when you feel a particular type of weight on your chest,
you got to escalate it
it's
to
like,
senior management.
God, if this is a you thing.
Yeah, if it's something that the floor manager can handle, then I'll call Jesus. But I ain't calling Mary. I can't call you for that kind of thing. Maybe to like protect my womb and stuff, maybe, and all of that, like the feminine issues. But when it comes to like spiritual warfare, Mary, you gotta sit this one out because really and truly, yeah, you ain't really got the superpower like that. You're just the vessel.
Do you know why? Yeah, my mom's always told me that Mary's the one that would step on the serpent's head.
But did she do that though? Because in the Bible, it didn't say that. Don't put her in a position. Don't put her in a battle that she can't handle. You need a strong fighter.
Andrew is going to have a field day with this.
Andrew, I'm sorry. Because I know you're going to be in the comments shouting and screaming. But sometimes you got to call the senior manager. Floor manager, maybe. But Mary ain't really had beef like that and show me anything to say, okay, cool, you can handle this situation. Don't let me tap you in.
Can I just say, on that note, Jesus is on smoke though. We know Jesus is on smoke.
Because one time he lost his shit at the temple.
He turned the tables.
The one time he lost his shit at the temple. The one time he lost his shit at the temple, and you lot thought, oh yeah, you know what, this was on smoke.
He's on smoke.
He's on smoke.
Anyway. So they all told me that, it's just REM sleep and da. And I'm like, but you're not telling me when I call the blood of Jesus, why all of a sudden I'm awake?
Yeah.
So how can you tell me it's not a spiritual attack?
I do feel that there's a spiritual element to it just because of that little boy. You better not come and fucking visit me tonight. Oh my days. I just realized, don't come and find me, little boy.
Sleep with your Bible.
I hope you're well. I hope you're fine. Maybe got a new leg, but don't come find me. We don't need to reconnect.
I'm telling you, like there was like a whole, for time, I was sleeping with my rosary in my hand. My mom said, go to sleep with a rosary in your hand and my Bible underneath my pillow. Believe you me, because I was like, every night on my chest, just holding me down. I'm tired.
And have I ever slept with my Bible? My Bible, in my old house, my Bible used to always be next to my bed on the windowsill. I mean, yeah, it used to be on my windowsill. I don't think I put it there for protection. I just didn't have much space to store my books. But at least it did something.
To be fair, now every time when I've got a bag with me, my Bible comes in my bag. I just carry it everywhere.
You carry your Bible?
I carry a Bible in my bag and I carry a prayer book, an old prayer book, like my dad's mother's prayer book in my bag as well.
And it's still this much bad character. Wow.
Shut up.
Terrible.
Also, the other thing, that I'm not completely convinced by, and I'm so sorry, guys, because I know I'm Christian, obviously Steph is Christian, and we're all kind of aware that it's a thing that happens within the Christian community. So we're aware it happens. I'm just saying I'm still not completely used to it. Speaking in tongues, I'm terrified, guys, and I know it's the spirit that's just come in you. I get it. But see, you don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. I'm petrified.
You know, I always say, this is going to sound so immature of me. Sometimes I like to just hear the flows that they come up with. Like when they switch it up mid-sentence, I'm like,
but what spirit has come over you?
I don't know.
What's the language?
And also, how did you decide that that's some people to go with the there was one guy in my old church that used to, he could speak in tongues. I was like, this is good. He would switch it up, adding some words in there. I'm like, yeah.
Terrifying.
I'm like, also, how do you know?
Terrifying.
Because it's oh my God, you know what used to scare me in church? Deliverance.
Oh, I haven't seen
And people
that.
will be like, I'm a witch or I've got a demon in me. And they'll like cast out the demon. Bro,
I would scream.
I went to,
I would scream.
my dad, I think he took me to like Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn? Remember Benny Hinn?
No.
Benny Hinn. He's like a big pastor. He came, it was like a massive venue. Did a church service, started doing deliverance, yeah. One woman came out for deliverance, yeah. And then like the demon, they were trying to deliver the demon out of her. And she started like bending like her body, like crawling up the stairs. Like, you know, like O2 where it has like the stairs and the seats are there. Christiana, I'm sitting at the edge of my row and this woman is climbing up. Christiana, I swear to God, the way I ran into my dad's lap, I was like, we need to get the fuck home now. I was like 6 or 7. This woman's there like climbing up the stairs. I was like, where's she going? And also, when you cast out the demon, who's he going? Where's the demon going to?
Where's he
Because if it
going?
enters my body, brother, I'm out. I used to be petrified of deliverances, or when they start rolling on the floor and like, I just move because I
See
know
that?
then and I know
need to
my
leave.
luck. That demon will leave you. You're like, you're a bit plush. Let's go. I mean, you look a bit warm. And then you'll enter me.
Can I say, yeah, I can't do, like, and I don't go to churches where they do deliverance. What?
Yeah, no, that's why I legit, I'm not a Pentecostal Christian.
Excuse
I make it very clear, I'm not a Pentecostal Christian. I am a Catholic. I'm a Catholic. You know why? You go to mass, you receive the body of Christ,
and you go
the
home.
blood of Christ,
and
and you go home. You sing your hymns, and you go the hell home. I don't need to be anywhere where they're summoning demons or like drawing them out. Where is the demon going?
So can I tell you a joke here? Obviously, you know, I stay in St. Anthony's Church, right? I'm Catholic, right? So there's one mass, I was sitting there, yeah. I think it's either like Easter. It was like Easter or like a day of observation, right?
Mhm.
So like a proper, a feast day, essentially. So I'm in church, and I think I'm with my mum, yeah. And there's this man that comes in, yeah. And he looks a bit edgy already, right?
Mhm.
Just edgy. I'm like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
You know, he was obviously called to come to church. Cool. Then he starts shouting in the middle of the mass.
Oh, I remember this, sorry.
And then I'm like, okay, cool. He's shouting in the middle of the mass. Then he started walking up like, I was like, no, if this is possession, this is possession. And the thing about our church here is they're going to pretend it's not happening.
You see, mind your business. If it was Pentecostal church, like, hey, the demon has come. The pastor will now declare war. Why are we declaring war, bro? I'm in my church dress. I came for a service and to go home and eat Sunday dinner. Why are we now summoning a war? Why have you now brought out your anointing oil and Bible? Now you're sweating and shouting. The demon's climbing up onto the aisle and you lot are fighting. I'm just sitting here in my church dress. I'm supposed to go home like nothing happened.
This is one thing about the Catholic Church, yeah. They're so British. They were like, we're just gonna leave him, let him express himself. And then I think they went to talk to him later on to find out what's going on. But that was after mass was done. So we had peace. The rest of the congregation had peace. We could look. There was something going on there, and he could walk up and down and do. But we're acting like. And Jesus said,
you see, because you're not involving people in your fights. Why are you involving me in your fight? And the thing is, yeah, if the pastor doesn't get an award that day, you know what they do? They start drawing out people. There's somebody in this crowd. Your name begins with an S. There's someone in your life that is plotting against you. Come forward to the aisle. Why are you looking for beef? Because I literally just came here to hear the word of God, sing some songs, be blessed, and go home. Why are you drawing me out?
No word.
Now you're telling me there's tumors in my room. I'm just sitting here eating my food.
No word. Because actually, when we go to church, we actually go for peace. By the way,
please.
We go for peace.
Why
We're trying to pray,
fight?
worship, thank God, ask for what we need to ask for, and go home and live in Christ. Obviously, don't bring things
me,
to
man.
me. Don't bring your fights to me. I don't come here for that.
I'm not even trying to cause offense to all the Pentecostal Christians watch it. I'm just like, bro, sometimes I just want to sing my sorrows away, hear the word of God, be blessed and go home. Why are you summoning a war? And now I just have to sit here and pretend that, you know, nothing's happening or like pray along. I don't want to be involved in the beef. I don't like. I know I'm not God's strongest soldier. I'm not prayed up like that. I can't even speak in tongues. If this demon comes out, it's gonna pick the weakest link, and it's gonna be me.
Stop it.
So please,
You're covered
I'm covered in the blood of Jesus, but I can't do the tongues thing. I'm not that spiritual.
Words.
I'm not
Now,
up there with the people.
On this,
Because if I start speaking tongues, you're gonna know I'm chatting shit. I'll just start, I'll start putting.
No, but it's actually so scary. So there's one time, yeah, and I've got loved ones that can speak in tongues, and even them,
same.
I'm just like.
No, when my mom speaks in tongues, I'm just looking at her like, me that knows you. Okay. All right.
No, I've got like family, same. I've got family members that can speak in tongues, and I'm just a bit like, to be fair, they don't live here.
Mhm.
So when that happens, I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And I trust you because I know your relationship with Christ, but I'm scared because I don't know the words. Whatever communication you're having.
I'm just so immature. I just like to hear the flows. We always switch it up. I'm like, oh, what made you choose that one today?
There was once I was at my friend's house, yeah. And so it was a setup where sometimes they would do church service downstairs in the house, right?
Oh.
They'll do church service down in the house. So cool. We're upstairs now. And obviously they start church. So we're just like, all right, we'll just stay upstairs and let everyone, auntie, leave you to it. Cool. Group of aunties downstairs. Fine. Then obviously, because it's Pentecostal, it gets louder and louder. It gets louder and louder. And that's fine. Again, like we're Christian girls, that's fine. Louder and louder. Then one auntie comes up the stairs, they start talking in tongues. And there's some, like a few of them.
Mm.
Then they start coming up the stairs. Then they bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang on the door. Bang, bang in tongues. Banging on the obviously, the friend's gone to lock the door.
Oh my God.
Because they knew what was happening. Bang, bang, banging on the door, speaking in tongues. Banging on the door. Steph, when I tell you I said that, like, you know, we just try not to move. Like, I don't know what spirit's in the house. I don't know what's happening. I pray to God, so whatever's happening here, I don't know. I don't know.
Some people are just super dramatic with it. And I say that as someone that grew up in the Pentecostal household. My uncles are literally pastors. My aunts are like deaconesses. So I'm used to seeing that kind of stuff. But I'm just like, I like the nice stuff. You know, the singing, you know, little word of encouragement, you know, break a little bread, go home. When you man start doing all of that, I'm just like, this is because I can't speak in tongues. I can pray. I can't speak in tongues because I'm too immature. I don't think the spirit will be able to enter me because I'm too. I'll start laughing. It's really bad. I really, and when I was younger, I actually really wish I used to wish I could speak in tongues to the point where I'd try. But I know I'm forcing it because what am I doing? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. What am I doing? Shibbity shit.
You say shibbity shit. Stop, ridiculous. Stop. Sound like Mary Poppins. What?
I used to shibbity shit. I wanted to speak in tongues so badly.
You're so embarrassing.
Do you know who could pray though?
Yeah.
My dad.
Really?
Oh my God, that man can pray.
That's one thing about
to the
Pentecostal
point where
church.
his veins are popping out his head.
I love that.
He can pray. Give that guy any opportunity, he's breaking it down in prayer. Broken shout, because he used to go Mountain on Fire. Have you heard of that church?
No.
It's like peak Pentecostal. You're not even allowed to show your hair. You're not allowed to wear fake hair. You're not allowed to wear makeup. I don't know if it's changed now, but back in the day, you couldn't wear makeup, colored extensions, nothing. You couldn't wear nothing. When I used to hate going to his house on Sunday, on the weekends sometimes, because I'll have to go to church with him on a Sunday. And when I say they're like peak Pentecostal, sorry to anyone that goes to Mountain of Fire, like every service, deliverance, this one's a witch. They will just be like, you're a witch, come here. I used to hate it. And the way they pray, die by fire, die by fire, die by
So
fire,
I want to ask,
is very aggressive.
you know the people who they call witches, do they know they're witches?
I'm sitting in the crowd, you're just calling me a witch for no reason. I think, now I can't deny because I look mad. Now I have to come forward. I'm here pretending to get delivered, and a lot of them pretend. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm not even trying to offend anyone, but especially like, you know, Crystal Killermere.
What's
Oh,
that?
you don't. Crystal Killermere, he's a big pastor. He used to have a branch of Forest Gate School.
Oh.
And the big posters.
Yes, I think yeah.
Crystal Killermere. And they'll bring someone in a wheelchair. Then all of a sudden they'll do deliverance and they can walk. Or they'll be like, oh, this one's a witch and she'll be rolling around on the floor confessing.
But see,
that was all acting.
But okay, so my thing is, see, when you see that, because obviously sometimes you see like clips going online, yeah. What do these people do? Like, so obviously you see their face.
Yeah.
So other people have seen them walk before previously.
Yeah.
So how does this situation work? Because
theatre production, isn't it? They stay at the back. They stay at the back. But like, a lot of that used to piss me off because I'm like, you're giving people false hope.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
who rely on
even
think are looking
till this
for hope.
day, they're sick. They refuse to get treated. They need certain, even vaccinations, they refuse to get it to protect their health because you've given them this false hope that God, obviously,
that you will deliver God's power.
That God's power will heal you. And one thing we must understand, especially when it comes to like medicine stuff, and I'm saying that as someone who's recently lost someone to this particular circumstance where they were sick and they refused to get treated, and it just came to a point where it was like, you only have a couple of months to live. One thing we must understand is that, yes, God has the power to heal. He has the power to restore. But he's also created resources for us to use in order to aid ourselves. The same way he's given us free will. The medicines that are available now, they wouldn't be available if God didn't create the people who had the minds and the intelligence to actually create these resources.
Yeah, 100%.
The issue I have with these pastors is that I feel like they put false hope in people in terms of like, oh, if I place my hand on you, you'll be healed for everything. Your cancer will go.
You that have too much to lose.
You have too much to lose. You are destroying families who have to watch their loved one die, essentially die right in front of their eyes because you give them this hope that all they need is to be touched by you and their cancer will go. And that's the issue I have. And I think that's what really put me off Pentecostal churches, because I was just like, actually, this doesn't make sense. Because I understand that God again has the power to heal and restore, but he's also given us resources. It's the same way he gave us
opportunities as well. Because not everyone has access to certain things. And if you have access to it, then that is a privilege in itself. That is a blessing in itself.
Yeah. And even this whole notion that, if you're suffering, it's because you did something bad or you offended God, etc.
So bad.
There are people in poor countries who are suffering, who have devoted their whole lives to God. They give the little money that they have to the church. They literally go to church every Sunday. They serve the Lord. And their circumstances are their circumstances in terms of them being poor, in terms of them suffering. I hate the notion that it's only wicked people that suffer. So you tell me all the rich people up there, the reason why they're successful and happy is because they favoured God.
Please.
So where do we place Diddy? Where do we place Harvey Weinstein, etc.? I hate that whole notion. So for me, I even feel, as much as I say I'm Catholic, I just feel like I navigate my relationship with God in my own way. I don't let anyone dictate what I should or shouldn't be doing.
I think that is a consequence again of, like for me, and I think it might be the same for you, when your family is very, very religious or your family is very religious, sometimes you see things that you don't necessarily agree with. And so you try to navigate your spirituality in your own way, in your own understanding. Because sometimes I'm like, and especially me and you are quite curious. We want to know answers. So I'll be asking questions and you're not giving me clarity. You're not giving me, your answer's not making sense to me. It just is. And I'm like, that's not good enough for me. And obviously, so then I was like, scrap that. And I know a lot of religious people around me when I was a kid, my family particularly, they might not read them. My mum does, but away from that, they might not read their Bible. All they knew was religion through the church. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that, because you're telling me what I could read, what God's word is. Why am I just trusting on you to tell me God's word?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's like, and you lot haven't even necessarily studied theology, by the way. Do you get what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, where are we getting this from? Apart from, and a lot of the time, you got to remember, there's a lot of cultural influences as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of cultural influences. But also, another thing I hate is when people idolize their pastors or their priests. I'm sorry, pastors are you're mere humans. I'm not idolizing you. I'm not putting you above God. I'm not seeing you at the same level as God
At all.
But a lot of the pastors, I feel like, do want to be seen as that, and it's more of like a power thing for them.
I was going to say that's an ego thing. I think that, and that's why we need to be very careful, because especially as people who do believe in God and for hypocrisy do believe that the devil is real, sometimes Satan can use ego to do his work. Do you get me? Exactly. And this is why we always, even me and Steph, when we're talking to each other, we'll always be like, let's rein in the ego a little bit, because sometimes it can get us in trouble. We know that.
I never rein in my ego, but
I try. I have to be fair.
It's the only thing I have. If I let go of my ego, the Stephanie you see and have known for all these years will crumble.
Shadow of myself.
I should let my ego go. If I let my ego go, this whole world crumbles.
Anyway, I feel like we just have to be mindful, because then when you're worshipping people who are using their position just to big up their ego, what comes next? It's bad. So yeah.
And how can I trust what you're saying if I know that
it's driven by something that's not your relationship with God? Excuse me. Because if I wanted to do that, I could fight that battle over here.
Exactly.
I don't need to fight that battle for you, please. I've got my own ego to be fighting. I have to now fight yours.
Right, guys, Reddit realness. My husband slept with my niece whilst I was on a business trip. It's always the husband. This niece is my brother's daughter and she's 23. For more than a year, I felt like she was looking way too much at my husband, who is 40. But my mind couldn't accept this, and I told myself I am crazy. I know she admires him. She's very vocal about it. I didn't do anything because I never saw anything suspicious on his side. My brother is a loser, to be frank, and a stupid excuse of a father. Drinks, gambles, and usually unemployed. My husband collects him frequently from the hospital and pays for the medicine he has for his liver. A lot of the times when my niece was still a child, I took care of her, cooked for her, got her ready for school. Her mother left with someone else and she abandoned her with her father. My husband is the complete opposite of him. He takes care of his appearance, has a successful business with 45 employees. She looks up to him and said that she learnt a lot from him about how a business works. When the line was really crossed was when one day she insisted to iron his suit. He always wears suits and ties and she wanted to prepare it for him. I was very busy with my 7-year-old daughter who had a hard time getting used to the new school, and I let it pass. A very stressful period for me. And she helped. I told her I will just order food every day, but she wanted to be useful, so she said. She cooked what he liked to eat. Never asked what we want, just what he wants. And 3 days ago, I found out he slept with her whilst I was away on a business trip. I left my daughter with them in the house, but he took her to my mother. I actually got an anonymous text, which turned out to be from a friend of hers. I hoped it's a stupid joke, but I told him I knew he slept with her, and he started apologizing, explaining that it happened just once and that they had wine and it happened. I don't know what to do now. We need to pack all these men in the room, and just like beat them. Just put them in a room and beat them.
Why you do that?
Why did you do that?
Why'd you do that?
When they get caught, they start confessing and apologizing. You know what? Just lie to my face. Gaslight me.
Why did you do that? Why was that the thing you chose?
Why? You even said, let me go drop the kid at the mum's first. So this was planned. You can't even say it just happened. You plotted.
Chuck them both in the bin, man. I'm really trying. You know what? I was plotting. I was like, maybe there's a better way to do this. You know, benefit. You know when I do my benefit of the doubt queen?
You can't. There's no benefit of a doubt here. He dropped that child to her mother's and said, yeah, let's have a glass of wine. No one's stupid here. No one's a baby. She knew what she was doing. He knew what he was doing.
Bet.
My niece.
Do you know what? We need to have a conversation because recently, I will try and look at the reasons why people do things.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, babe over here, 23-year-old babe, her mum's left her, no mother figure.
Oh, here
doesn't
we
know-
go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. She just wanted some dick. His dick, to be precise. Okay?
Bet. Wait.
Please.
Wait. Because we cannot separate the person from their experiences. Wait. So, number one, her mother abandoned her. And abandoned children never get over it, right? They carry the trauma, they carry the feeling of not being good enough. So there's that, number one. Number two, her dad is incompetent. So she already is feeling the loss of her both not having parents, she doesn't feel like she had the right support, like she might feel insecure because of that. Cool. So she's looked at this man and she's been like, you represent the stability that I desire, right? Okay. So we have that. Now, that's me being the benefit of the doubt queen, because those are the reasons why I feel she would take a liking to this man. Okay, cool. The action of then going forward and pursuing your admiration for the man in this weird way, because you can admire your uncle, you can admire your dad, you can admire your friends,
legit uncle.
you can admire. But to then make that a sexual thing, one, baby, you need therapy. You need therapy because that's not where the admiration should have gone. Stephanie, what?
Listen, you're giving this babe too much credit. She wanted that
You know how many
dick.
times you said this in
And
the
she got it.
podcast?
She wanted that dick and she got it.
Yeah, but
Please,
why
not
did she
everything is mental health. She wanted the dick. She got the dick. Okay?
But you can't, but you have her
This is how people take
backstory.
you for a dickhead. Start looking at the backstory, bro. We've all been through shit. I'm not fucking my uncle. We've all been through shit.
Accountability means
Accountability means
she shouldn't have done that. That is the wrong thing to do, and she should have known that's the wrong thing to do. However, her trauma has made her vulnerable.
So when your niece fucks your husband, remember her trauma. I'm a bring up this. Remember her trauma, okay? Remember her trauma.
However, what I will say, the man didn't have no trauma. The man just wanted to fuck.
Lack of self-control.
Yeah.
On both parts. Because what is that? And you can't say it just happened because how did it just happen? But you also just happened to drop your daughter at your mother's and you just happened to have wine and you guys just happened to decide to drink it together. And then you just happened to kiss. And then you just happened to take your clothes off.
But what is the family dynamic? Because
and then you just happened to fuck.
Hold on. Because she said, obviously, she looked after the youth a lot,
Mhm.
right? The girl a lot. But my thing is, so anyone that's looked after me, they become auntie and their husband naturally becomes uncle. So how did uncle start being sex? Like, where it's warped. It's really warped. Because where did the line cross between these are the people that care for me, these are the people that pour my cereal in the morning, get me ready for school, and I want your ball sacks hitting me, like
slapping that clip, uncle.
Just
did you call him uncle whilst you were doing it?
What are you calling him?
Oh, uncle.
Are you calling him
daddy?
John or are you calling him?
Maybe daddy. Oh, that's a bit too close to home, isn't it? Uncle.
It's just a bit like.
Or big daddy.
Do you not? And also, do they not feel like that's incest? I don't care. I don't give a shit if it's not blood related.
It feels like
if it's marriage related, it's still incest.
She didn't care. She wanted the dick in it.
No, do you know how mad that? I don't care. It's
she
incest.
said, "I'm cooking for you. These lot can have the scraps. What do you want, daddy?" That's brazy. She's been scheming. Let me iron your suit for you. Let me show you what
your uncle, you know.
Let me iron and put some extra starch.
It's actually your uncle, and I don't care for you lot in the comments saying, "Oh, but it's not actually her uncle." It's her uncle. It's her uncle. We don't navigate families like that, by the way.
I don't even look at my uncles as like human beings, let alone
Word.
men.
sexual beings.
No. None of that.
And then you even want to put yourself in that scenario. Are you not repulsed?
23 is like 40.
Why?
Why?
What?
I did. You know, I don't know about you, but when I was in my early 20s, I did not find 40-year-olds attractive.
No, but I think it's a new thing now. But also, 40-year-olds don't look the way 40-year-olds
Yeah,
used to
but I
when they were
wouldn't.
younger.
Even now, I'm like, you're 40 and I'm 31. I'm like, I don't really. You're a bit too old for me.
I feel like there are some handsome-ish 40-year-olds. I do think, you're 40.
I would never, like, if I wasn't married, I wouldn't date beyond like 34, 35.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, like anything beyond that, we have no business speaking. I am a child. I can't do it. Like, I prefer dating people my age. I actually prefer dating people my age.
What? Because you got more in common in it, I guess.
More in common, and like, they're less likely to be offended by my silliness. Because when I dated older, that's when I wasn't allowed to crack jokes. Bro had like,
was
you're
he
a serious
older?
woman. Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Business.
sense.
How are we gonna build generational wealth? I'm like, I'm here to joke.
We're just trying to survive, my guy.
Don't get me wrong, I like
know,
money, but
generational wealth is something we're working on. But like sometimes we need to cut it up and laugh.
Like, can I laugh? But he just wanted to. It's like, oh, you're too old for me.
But that means what's stuff he's watching, like bare motivational videos.
Hella motivational videos. Again, the struggles of being a smart woman. When they think you're smart, yeah, they just think that that's it. That's your personality. You're just serious all the time. So when you come out of that character that's built in your head, it's like, who is this? Like, why are you acting like this? I'm like, no, this is me. I just have to be serious because I like money and I need to survive. But I'm actually not that person. So I don't know. For a very long time, I used to like dumb myself down a bit. Just because I didn't want the stress. Because sometimes also people don't talk about how, like, we don't talk about it. A lot of guys, or there's always this conversation about like women being gold diggers. Men are the worst.
Oh yeah, men are trying to pick your brain for
when men that
success.
know that you're smart or know that you make good money, the worst. Or you have your own place, or like they are the worst. They just wanna. It's either they wanna set up a business with you, or they wanna. Oh my God, you're such a career woman. Like you're the type that I need to make my wife. No, so you can touch my money. No. I'll be like, oh yeah, like Steph's balling, like she makes if you ever refer to me as a baller, or like, yeah, is that you, yeah? I'm never. Because now I know that you've got your eye on my money. I can't stand it. Men are, I'm sorry, maybe it's just the men I've come across, but I'm just like, why do you want to start a business with me? We're on our second date.
That's weird. See, women do that.
Why do you want to start? Why have you assumed that I'm just automatically going to make money for you?
Weird.
And not take it for myself.
And also, how do you know I'm good with money? Like, for you to even be saying, how do you know I won't ruin your credit? How do you know that?
How do you know? Oh, because you asked me a question and I could answer it. You thought you were going to trip me up. I'm just smart. Don't mean I won't rob you.
Why are you trying to outsmart me?
I hate when men try and outsmart me, because it's like, I know I'm actually smart. Not like the fake smart, not the 48 laws of power smart.
Like, I'm actually smart.
I know why the sky is blue. Like, I legit know.
Actually smart.
So, but the problem is, these 48 laws of power men, you know who I'm talking about. The men, the men that read the 48 laws of power think they've clocked life. The 48 laws of power men always seem to think that they're on par with actual legit smart women. So when they come into like a situation with them, they feel like they're educating you. It's like I can tell that, and I can automatically tell that they read the 48 laws of power, because the whole
like,
I'm like, what are you saying? No, but babe, just listen, yeah. See it from here, because you know in life this is what we got to do, innit? Like, okay, cool. Let me explain. Let me break it down for you. Break what down for me, bitch? I'm smarter than you. And
you know what? I love that, because I think some of us are unassuming as well. I'm very unassuming. So when you meet my character, I'm very like, ha ha, oh my God. People don't think I'm smart. And the whole time I'm on the phone to you like, this bitch tried to say da 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 da. I'm not. And I just don't comply. Because I'm just like,
I'm like, do you think I'm
stupid? Who are you trying to?
Because you're the dumb one. You're set 8. I'm set 1.
It's not. Just because I don't open my mouth. Just because I don't open my mouth. Don't you think you can hoodwink me?
Let me explain this to you.
I have
Explain
my
the
life
fuck
plan.
what? What are you going to explain to me? Because if we compare your life to mine, it looks like only one of us was making good decisions, and weren't
can't.
you?
Actually, with you.
Sorry, and their lives are always a mess. You see the 48 laws of power people? Never come
No
across a 48
consistency.
laws of power man
No
that actually has his life
consistency
together.
whatsoever.
What
No.
they're saying and what their life looks like, two completely different things. I'm like, so what did you learn from this book? What have you applied? Because you're no the master or the pauper. You're not even in the mix. You're just outside, surviving, trying to
hustle. And it not making sense.
Trying to overpower women because that's the only time you can feel powerful in your life. The only thing you apparently have control of.
Because we're going to go into that another day.
Please, can we?
100%. We have to.
We have to.
Have to. Because the amount of times me and you have had this conversation.
Because the bummy men,
they love to oppress a woman. Control.
And my
because
thing
it's
is,
the only type of control you ever get.
What annoys me about it is when they try and go for women that are clearly stubborn. We're not submissive. We're not nothing. We're nowhere near what you're describing that you want. And you're trying to oppress. We'll just fight. Who are you trying to oppress? Me?
Because I'll just say
there's not one person in this life that can tell me what to do.
My own parents could not tell me what to do.
My own parents
People
can't tell me what to do.
People that birthed me can't tell me what to do. So I'll just look at you, say bet, and then continue on my way.
In fact, I'll do it even worse. I'll double down. I'm going to do it plain sight, inside, in your peripheral vision.
So you said this, yeah?
You said I shouldn't touch the table. Now what?
You look at them like this.
Oh, I shouldn't wear lipstick. The brightest. Because who are you trying to oppress? Also, I'm the smart one. You listen to me, okay? Because if we listen to you, this ship is going to sink. You can't lead shit. You can't lead shit. You're not a leader. Forget what the book said about you trying to outsmart the master. You're not smart to begin with. That's what they should have told you, that you need to be smart before you could outsmart the master. Not your dumbass. Crumpled 48 laws of power book just by the bed. Every time a guy even brings up that book, I just know there's no point even me speaking to you.
It's like, okay, you're one of them.
So you're just trying to manipulate, but you're not smart. So now it just looks messy. Anyway.
Oh my God. Adult Find of the Week.
Adult Find of the Week.
Wait, hold on. Did we finish Reddit?
Huh?
Did we give advice?
Oh, sorry. Sister, what happened? Your niece slept with your husband.
Yeah, we were perplexed.
Yeah.
Get rid of both of them.
Get rid of both of them. Get that girl out of your house and oh wait, are you in America? Because
alimony.
If your insurance is tied to him and stuff, I don't know.
Can you? No, we have to give advice to our American girlies.
Because you US babes, I don't know, man. The way the government has set up your shit, you can't talk too tough.
No,
now.
I need you lot to talk to us because I know there's people divorcing in the US. Girls, how you do it? Because every dilemma is I can't
leave him because my insurance.
But you girls must be leaving the men. You must be because you are remarrying. So
how are you doing it? And how are you
why
affording
can't they?
to?
Let's help us help them.
Please. So if your insurance and stuff is tied, I don't know, check the expiry date. Maybe plan around that. But if you're good and you're patterned, be going. Leave.
So, adult finds of the week. My adult find of the week is M&S. Let me get the name right because it's an M&S molten chocolate. M&S Gastropub molten Belgian chocolate cookie dough dessert for $2 by Tom. So it's part of M&S's. M&S has a Gastropub range, and within that they've got. I think the chef is called Tom Courage. And he has he does the beef. Oh, I had the beef cheeks.
And damn beef cheeks.
Now let me tell you, look. From last Saturday, for 4 consecutive days, I had been going to M&S to find these beef cheeks. And when we sat down to eat them, when I finally found them on the 4th day, because they were sold out in every M&S I'd been to, when I finally had them on the 4th day, they were worth every failed trip. I can't tell you how fantastic that meal was. So I guess I have 2 adult fans of the week, it seems. So then what I essentially did is that was my main, and then we had the cookie dough as a dessert. The cookie dough is like melted chocolate, chewy, gooey, but crunchy and salt with a touch of salt. Brilliant. It was just a fantastic meal.
Cute. My adult fan of the week is a song this week. Wizkid featuring Brent Fires.
Oh yeah, I love
A
that
Piece
song.
of My Heart. Oh my god, stays on repeat. Love that song. Love it. It's making me excited for Wiz's new album. The highest streaming day one streaming debut from an African artist.
Oh, is it?
2 million in one day.
But to be fair, to have Wiz and
Brent, yeah, that was combo. It's a tune.
Crazy.
It's a tune. It's been on repeat. So I highly recommend, if you haven't heard it already, go listen to it. It is a tune. But yeah, that's my adult fan of the week this week.
And with that, guys, we have come to the end of the show.
Thank you so much for listening. You know what I'm about to do. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this show. Let us know what you would do if your niece was sleeping with your husband. Do you have an adult fan of the week? If you do, share it with us. What are your thoughts on celebrating Halloween? Are you into deliverances at Pentecostal churches? Are you into that kind of shit? Let us know. If you're listening on Spotify and you enjoyed this episode, please give us a 5-star rating. It helps us get discovered on the platform. Socials, you can follow us on Instagram at We Just Got Here Pod, TikTok at We Just Got Here Podcast, and Twitter at WJGH Podcast. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Steph Achigbu, STEPACHIGBU.
And you can find me at Miss Tia Roberts on TikTok and Twitter, and on Instagram, I'm Tia Honey Roberts. And on that note, guys, we will see you next week. Have a great week. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.